In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix the WordPress Docker error establishing a database connection step by step. This is one of the most common issues when running WordPress inside Docker, and the good news is it's usually caused by a small configuration mistake that's very easy to fix once you know where to look. By the end of this tutorial, your site should be connecting to the database properly again. And if this video helps you out, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more practical Docker and WordPress tutorials. All right, let's jump right in. We're starting from your WordPress dashboard or your local WordPress Docker setup. If you're seeing the message error establishing a database connection, that means WordPress cannot communicate with your mysql or MariaDB container. The first and most common fix in Docker environments is verifying your database hostname. Open your WordPress dashboard.config.php file or check your docker compose.yml file. Look for the database host setting. In a traditional setup, this might be set to localhost, but in Docker, this is usually wrong. Containers communicate over a Docker network using service names, not localhost. So if your database service is named DB or MySQL in your Docker Compose file, your DB host or WordPress DB host must match that exact service name. For example, define it as DB, not localhost. This small change alone fixes the issue in many cases. Next, check your database credentials carefully. In your WordPress configuration, confirm that DB name, DB user, and DB password exactly match the environment variables defined in your database container. For example, in your MySQL service, you might have MySQL database, MySQL user, and MySQL password. These values must match character for character. Even a small typo or mismatch will prevent WordPress from connecting. If needed, copy and paste the values directly to avoid mistakes. Now let's talk about container startup timing. In Docker Compose, you might be using the Depends On option. However, Depends On only ensures that the database container starts before WordPress. It does not guarantee that MySQL is fully ready to accept connections. Sometimes WordPress starts too quickly and tries to connect before the database server finishes initializing. A quick temporary solution is to restart your containers a few times. Run Docker Compose restart and then refresh your browser. If the issue was just timing, it may resolve itself. For a more reliable fix, you can implement a wait for script that delays WordPress startup until the database port is open and accepting connections. This ensures proper sequencing every time you start your environment. Another common cause happens when credentials were changed after the first container run. Docker volumes may still contain old database data with the previous configuration. If you don't have important data stored, you can reset everything. First, run Docker Compose down to stop and remove containers. Then run Docker Volume Prune to remove unused volumes. Be careful, as this deletes local volumes not used by any container. After that, run Docker Compose up-D to rebuild and restart your environment cleanly. This often resolves persistent authentication or configuration conflicts. After applying these fixes, refresh your WordPress site. If everything is configured correctly, the error message should be gone and your site should load normally. So to quickly recap, make sure your DB host uses the Docker service name, confirm all database credentials match exactly, account for startup timing issues, and if necessary, reset volumes carefully. These steps solve the vast majority of WordPress Docker database connection errors. If this tutorial helped you fix your issue, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Docker, WordPress, and development guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.